The Hereford Cathedral Church has had an ancient map for 800 years called the Hereford Mappa Mundi, and it shows the Garden of Eden's location. I used this map and the Bible clues to solve it. I painstakingly identified all the countries on the map. After I'd done that, I put a circle around the Garden of Eden and saw what you are seeing now. I figured to myself, that looks like China and India next to Eden. Is that right? And Mesopotamia is over there. I asked the Lord, please guide me, and went to the Bible for a history lesson. I was shown 5 main clues. I went back to the map to look. I asked the Lord, where do I start? And the first place I was shown was Jerusalem. And I went, of course it is. Jerusalem is the center of the world. Then I placed a compass over Jerusalem, and I traveled east. Made a line and holy water. It connects to the Garden of Eden. East means you start from Jerusalem and travel east. I solved the first clue, thank you Lord. Now I needed to solve the 4 rivers. There you go. How I solved the east solution from the Bible, but it seems no one was smart enough to figure it out until now. To find the 4 rivers in the Bible, we will use the Psalter World Map from 1265 AD, then cross-reference it with the Hereford Map from 1290 AD, and today's world map to find the 4 rivers. When I place them side by side, I can see the matches. Can you see them too? Pause if you need. Then I reference it to today's world map. And everything again matches like a jigsaw puzzle. Did I just find the solution to the 4 rivers? Holy water, I did it again. I started at Jerusalem and then traveled east. While in the east I found the 4 rivers, the Pishon, the Gihon, the Euphrates, and the Tigris rivers, and confirmed the ancient map's location match in China. If you don't know, China wasn't named China until 200 BC, well after Eden was established. Can you believe it? Seriously, it is in China. I wasn't satisfied, and I wanted more proof, so I hunted like a hound, and I found it. Welcome back. I am going to tell you right now, these are the gates of heaven on the Mappa Mundi, and they are the Great Wall of China. Let's continue with looking at the map closer. This is the clearest I could zoom in. We will compare the map drawings to the actual Great Wall and look for similarities if it were the Great Wall of China. The most obvious similarities to stick out are the barrier walls, beacon, and watchtowers. You can clearly see the similarities when first comparing the map drawings to the Great Wall. It's obvious, as seen when comparing the map and the wall side by side. The similarities are strong. I don't need to say much here, as I'm not a certified historian and the history is very deep. So I'm not going to talk about the history, as I am certain the gaps can be filled easily, and only stick to what we have found with the Hereford Mappa Mundi and the Bible. And I haven't traveled to these locations to give a personalized view. As we can see when we connect the arrows from the map to the Great Wall gates, we can identify distinct similarities. The tall door and corridor, along with the arch of the door as well. It is also a single gate, and is not a square door. It is a door similar to the Mappa Mundi. Is proof enough that the drawings of the Mappa Mundi and the Great Wall of China gates match. We only need to find which gate it was. If we were in the wrong location, there would be no matches, and would be struggling to find any kind of answer. This courtyard was very special in the ancient times, as this is where people would be judged, and if they passed, they entered. If not, they were cast into the desert and never seen again. When we go back to the map and review the gates of heaven, I noticed something else, the way that the wall is shaded. Can you see it? It is shaded with a dirty look and is not pristine. That is a significant clue. For it to possibly be the Great Wall, it would need to have these 2 features minimum. It would need to be on the western side along the Silk Road, and it has to have existed at the time of Jesus being alive, as he is the person drawn on this map. Greetings. We've reached part 4 of the Garden of Eden solution. Let's rewind and dedicate a few seconds to reviewing. We started at Jerusalem, traveled east to China, and compared the gates of heaven to the Great Wall and found they match. Now we are hunting for the province since we can confirm the Garden of Eden is in China. We can move on to the next 2 clues, and they are: the wall location has to be in the west in the area, circled as anywhere else on the map. We need to start over and rethink the whole theory. And it must have been already built at the time of Jesus, as he is on the map. The first place we will start is here, where the roads all meet and is circled on the map. Dunhuang? This is what I found doing a quick search. I will read it out. A large proportion of the Great Wall we see today was built during the Ming Dynasty 1368-1644. However, west of Yumengguan Pass in Dunhuang, Gansu Province lies a section dating from the Han Dynasty 2C BC, 220, more than 1,300 years earlier than the Ming sections. Did you get that? 220 BC, 200 years before the time of Christ, and it is in the west. Did we just hit 2 home runs with 1 ball? Let's hit another. Do you remember this clue? How I referred to the walls as being shaded with a dirty feature. What that meant was the walls were made with mud, dirt, and something similar, not with standard bricks. As we have seen in examples from the images shown, the bricks we've seen are normal bricks, except for one location. Instead of building with layers of stone or bricks like in other locations, this location was built by using the local sand and plants. These 2 construction materials were added by putting one on top of another, then rammed down in layers of sand, turning as tough as steel and the sand into concrete. And that location is Gansu Province, the same province Dunhuang is located in, the only province in China to use this method of rammed earth to build parts of the Great Wall. Archaeological findings have shown that Gansu Province has been inhabited since at least 5,000 to 8,000 years ago. Gansu Province is the northwest corridor of China, bordered by mountains and the Gobi Desert. It is a natural route known as the Persia corridor. We must be in the right location, as all the clues have led us to this province. Gansu. Are you satisfied with the results so far? Here is the location of the garden, as is on the Hereford Mappa Mundi. As there are 2 cities in the area of Gansu, which we will look at in the next video for this solution. Thanks for watching. Let's go back to the Mappa Mundi. When we look at the Garden of Eden, we can see heaven is drawn north of the Garden of Eden, has water flowing around it, and a wall surrounding the garden, with fire on the outside. We learn the illustrations of heaven are of the Gansu Province where Dunhuang to Wuwei is situated. This gives a reference in the direction we must travel, and that direction is southward. A total of 3 cities remain on this epic journey. Let us start with the first city, where it is well known for its rare and sought-after lilies and flowers, Longzhou. After reviewing hours of researching the city, there wasn't much going on here in relation to the Mappa Mundi. Apart from this symbol, when I translate it into a sentence, it reads already done the garden, preserving the small harvest. It is possible that Longzhou may be the Garden of Eden drawn on the map, as it is next to the Yellow River, which is known as a Mother River of China, or the Eastern Cradle of Life, also the birthplace of Eastern civilization. But I'm not convinced it is here, as no wall and fire are encapsulating Longzhou. So we will move on, and we are in search of the Garden of Eden. So let's move to the next city south, Xi'an, formerly known as Chang'an. We are here at the last stop on the map. What we are going to do here is use a tourist map to navigate the city. The first immediate thing I notice is the moat surrounding the city. The second feature is the walled fortress around the city. I can see there are 4 gates placed in the 4 cardinal positions, north, east, south, and west. In the middle of each wall, each direction has a Chinese blessing to go with the direction. The 4 gates are respectively named Eternal Joy in the east, Eternal Peace in the south, Forever Harmony in the north, Harmony Peace in the west. I noticed 3 of the 4 directions have an eternal blessing named to it, apart from the west, where when you leave 2 gates, you are blessed with harmony and peace. It's like saying all the best and good luck. In the middle here is the bell tower. Here's some history about Xi'an. Xi'an is one of China's oldest cities, with a history of over 3,000 years. The Emperor China is named after is buried there, along with the terracotta soldiers, which are inside of China's pyramid called the Mausoleum, and is still filled with ancient treasures of Qin dynasties. There are also many other emperor tombs there. They are known as the Western Sheer Tomb. All this information is really helpful. As we have arrived at the Garden of Eden, let us absorb that. Now, I am going to explain the Ring of Fire. To do that, we are going to go back to the wall to look at its defensive structure along the battlement walls. As we can see, there are many of these holes along the Great Wall called crenels and shooting holes, where they can roll stones filled with gunpowder toward the invaders, They would also use logs set on fire and pour large pots of hot oil through the gaps onto invaders and debris burning on the ground, where it heat up to a point and instantly set a blazing fire that could last days, resulting in a ring of fire long enough for reinforcements to arrive, making it an impenetrable fortress. And that is the Ring of Fire explained on the Mappa Mundi. In this location, we solve the water around Eden, and Eden is encased in a wall with a ring of fire. We answered all the questions. 4 rivers are also flowing through the city of Shan, and 2 rivers can connect to the Yellow River, east or west, where you can travel to Lungzhou via river routes, onto Wu Wei, out west and to the east. Thanks, Lord, for giving me the brains to figure it out. Do you want more? Then follow me.